we're back to the development that we were doing last year. Last year we had not commissioned this shaft, but we've made some progress at this point. We managed to get the hoist in. It is now functional. We are now able to, the ore bin that we have here is specifically for delivery of our ore. And then our tractors come and collect from beneath the ore bin. That allows us to minimize double handling so that we don't pile up ore and then have to move it. In the process, some gold is lost. And then we literally mechanize that shaft completely. We've got rails underground with cocoa pans. We've got our bells that are required by the regulation, the Ministry of Mines and the Mines Act, to ensure that there's a safe working procedure. So this shaft has been properly equipped and is run according to the regulations that are required in the country. So this is the first shaft that we've properly developed to be within the limits of the Mines and Minerals Act. And also it's one of the most efficient shaft that we have. So ideally, we want to add another 2 shafts to our operations. We've got a claim up a shaft just to the right of me, this side. This shaft was done in the 1980s. It was already 60 meters, above 60 meters. So we're now sinking it, taking it to the 3rd level, to the 4th level, with the intention of then using that, building it in the same manner as done with this shaft. And that should increase our production again by an additional 100% in terms of ore production. And then to my left, much further, on some of our claims, is where the other shaft is being developed. This one will be an incline shaft. So this year, running into next year, we are going to increase our shafts by an additional 2 shafts. It's a huge cost putting up these shafts, but now that this one is fully functional, it also has a drill rig in there. As I explained earlier on, the drill rig allows us to understand the geology surrounding us underground. So before we make any drives going any direction, and not being wasteful in terms of resources, being more efficient, we already know where we're going. We know what the size of the reef. We have an estimate of the contents of the reef in terms of gold. The shaft that we have here is close to a world-class shaft. And as we develop the other shafts, we move them closer and closer to world-class standard. As a matter of safety as well, and the health of our employees, sustaining our labor so that we don't lose them through injuries, with prevention of fatalities, this equipping of this shaft is our pride, is our highlight in terms of this mine. This is where we feel that we've shifted from small-scale mining into medium-scale mining and doing it with the standard of premium world-class mines within the industry. So talking about the mechanization of this shaft, we spent over $500,000 over a period of 2 years developing the shaft. We had to go to a depth of 20 meters because the soils were loose, and then we reinforced from that depth of 20 meters coming all the way to the top to collar the shaft to ensure that there was no collapse inwards. So that was a major expense in terms of concrete, the steel works. And then after that, we secured a hoist, which is part of that $500,000. The hoist was enabled automatic operation. We secured that from South Africa. So that now is fully functional. We put bells in there as well. The bells are basically as a communication system, as a safety device. So as the staff go down, they know the level where the hoist is. They know when to step off and when to stop the hoist. So that's where the mechanization comes in. And as you come up with underground, as I highlighted earlier on, we have rails going different directions. Our tunnels basically we go north, we go east, and then we go south as well, and we go west. So all those tunnels have rails going into them, and they've got cocoa pans going into them. As they go further, we've got turntables. So when the other cocoa pans come in, they basically switch around and they put new cocoa pans that are loaded and bring them back to the mouth of the shaft, opening of the shaft, so as to bring them up to the ground. And as you go up, when we hoist it up, the safety mechanism we put in, as soon as the cocoa pan comes out, we close the doors and then it rises further to go onto the rails, the second level, where we close the doors and it rides on the rails and tips into the ore bin. So that whole mechanization cost quite a bit of money, like we said, over $500,000. The steelwork that we put into it, but we're now happy with what we've done. We're now seeing the returns coming back at a quick pace. Currently on this shaft, we can take out about 60 tons per day. As we increase the number of tunnels following the way we've been guided by the drill rig. So the drill rig now shows us which direction we need to go in terms of the next tunnels to drill. So as we go further and we recover ore from that end, our production is going to shoot up significantly. Our target ultimately is to get 100 tons from this shaft. As we did the last time, we encourage our fellow small-scale miners to graduate into medium-scale mining and move even into large-scale mining, because as demonstrated even by the new currency that we have, which is gold-based, the increasing gold production means that we can have more disposable income for everybody. So that's what we're looking forward to in terms of production. As the ore production increases, we now increase the processing of our sands. We now have a tank that we've set up. We're increasing the number of tanks that we have so that we can go into elution faster and extract gold faster from our sands. But the cycle that we're in means that we are here for many years, even if we were to focus on the sands alone. But we have created an opportunity through reinvestment into the business, buying new equipment, and constantly replacing and refurbishing equipment. We're ensuring that the mine is self-sustainable and will continue into the long term.
Joined WATERWICH Mine in August last year after visiting with Mr. Kaguru, and was immediately taken by the potential that I found on the ground here for growth. The mine has an extensive strike and very wide reefs and still very shallow. I was also taken by the fact that Mr. Kaguru started as a pick and shovel guy with a windlass, and from there he's plowed all of his profits back into the mine, and over a period of 35 years he's taken this operation from a small little hole in the ground to what it is today, with the potential of it to grow into one of the bigger mines in Matabeleland North. I'd like to speak to you small-scale miners out there who are just starting out in this business. If you work hard, you plow your money back in, and you develop your property, this is possible for you to have exactly what we have here. It's not just for one, it's for whoever has the courage to get stuck in and go and get it.